Hello, fringers. The following podcast may not be suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
'Twas the night before Heistmas, and all through the city, people shuffled through rainy streets, alone and chilly. No heat in the drums, no food in our hands, all because the corpse just don't give a damn. But from the rooftops there came such a clatter, I ran up the fire escape to see what was the matter. When what to my tired eyes should see, St. Nicky and her fringers standing in front of me. A bundle of goods hung on her back, like a peddler just opening her pack. She gave me food and goods and toys to play, and with a wink and a nod went on their way. And all the bad little corpses lie awake in their beds, wondering if St. Nicky will come for their heads. And as the fringers take off, late into the night, Merry Heistmas to all, and to all a good fight.
Hello, Fringers! Welcome to Heistmas 2024, an IDENTECO actual play special event. We're so glad you're here. I'll just tell you, that wonderful intro that y'all just watched, we got the live reading behind the scenes by the voice of that, and it was just glorious. I am your game runner, the Caleb G. Let's say a quick hello to our cast of lovely performers before we get some other work taken care of. First up, jingle all the way with Mallo.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome in.
Deck those halls with Kaylee.
Happy holidays. Oh, and Michael, you should definitely get with Mallo to narrate that for next year. That was fire.
Okay. Will do.
Rock around the Christmas tree with Michael. Speaking of that golden voice.
Evening, folks. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Whatever holidays you celebrate, we're here for a heist.
And run, Rudolph with Mav.
Hello.
Thank you all for being here tonight. We are playing our annual holiday fundraising one-shot. All subs, bits, and donations during our game will be donated to the Seattle Area Feline Rescue. The fine folks at the Safe Rescue are dedicated to saving feline lives by taking in homeless cats, giving them the care they need, finding them loving homes, and supporting their human companions. They are a nonprofit no-kill rescue that helps about 2,000 cats a year. That's amazing. It is a pleasure to support these people and all those wonderful kitties. If you are in the area and have the bandwidth to do it, they also have plenty of volunteer need and opportunities. Thank you in advance for anything you're able to do to support this excellent organization. Let's get some quick housekeeping out of the way. We will return to our regular schedule on January 7th with new episodes of Neon Trails. Then we will be back to being live every other Tuesday on twitch.tv/Identico at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you want to catch up on previous shows during our downtime, episode archives and other content is available to you over at youtube.com/Identico. Be sure to subscribe, like, and leave us some comments. Follow us on all the socials. Look for us at Identico and at Humanoid Games at whatever social media platforms you are using. Please visit playidentico.com where you can read the basic core rules for free, find the newest module, The Dark and the Divine, pick up books, stickers, and other merch. I think we have some new shirts out there to tempt you with. I hear they are very comfy. Do not forget to check out show sponsors More Eggs Dice for super slick resin dice products, and show sponsor Rainbow Dragon Prints for all your 3D printing goodies, including your fancy dice accessories and handy dandy fidget toys. Mallo, anything else to throw in there tonight?
Nothing else, but do keep a lookout on our socials for some off-air fun and updates that we're going to have. As well as join us this year coming up at Emerald City Comic Con. All the dates and times, we'll give you a lot more information of where we're at and everything like that for it. But I just want to give everybody a heads up. We are going to be there this year. For I know we get a lot of new folks here for nights like tonight. So I just want to let you know you can actually come and play with us and experience everything in person there. So that's coming up here at the beginning of the year too. So I just want to make sure we got that out there.
Seeing Mallo and crew at the cons is always a good time. So that is definitely something you want to make time for, if that is
as the kids say, I believe, Caleb, bet.
I will believe you. I don't know these kids.
Michael,
I don't know these kids you speak of.
Caleb, do not worry. It is because Michael is very streets ahead.
I love it. That's right. Because you are so streets ahead, I will believe you. Thank you so much. With that out of the way, let's kick off our Heistmas adventure. First facepalm of the night. Someone started a tally. I think Michael's going to be having an evening with us.
It's going to happen. It's gonna happen.
If you haven't watched a Heistmas show with us before, folks, you're in for it, because these are our annual shenanigan fests. It is Christmas in the Cleveland Metroplex. Snow blankets the city, muting the neon glow and casting reflections from the endless display of holographic advertisements, news feeds, and media content. Terminal Tower pulses with light, surrounded by a 24-hour-a-day drone art presentation of holiday scenes and sponsor advertisements.
This is CNN.
You, as a team, have infiltrated a Sanocorp warehouse in the shipping district on the coast. Lake Erie stretches out to the north, its cold stillness interrupted by the running lights of massive container ships. While you are hard at work, moving loads of meds and supplies to a waiting truck, St. Nicky went off to snag some intel for a future job. Her partner, Elf Rover, is patrolling the perimeter outside. As the camera zooms in to this scene of larceny already in progress, let's see what each of you are doing. I think the camera might find Mallo's character first. Tell us who you are playing, what they might be looking like, what they might be doing in the moment here, please.
I am playing Scritch. I am one of St. Nicky's elves. You look over a very hunched over 5'2", very thin, wafty character with like bright, just like expressive red hair, with a elf hat kind of jaunty at the side of it, with one cybernetic leg and one good leg, and pretty much just some shorts and nothing else on, despite how cold it is. And he's sitting there tinkering and kind of as he's kind of like working through all of his lights on his bandolier that light up very much like this as he kind of goes along.
All right. The camera maybe decides not to linger too long on Scritch in the moment there. Michael, who are you bringing to the job tonight here, and what are they doing in the moment?
Ethan stands hunched over a panel over off on the side. Looks like he's playing with some of the wires. He's got the panel off the wall. Close cropped hair. Medium build, medium height, and you can hear him kind of under his breath swearing profusely. Please, can't believe this fucking panel. Come on, just one touch for me, baby. Come on, just one little touch. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good girl right there. Yeah, that's a good one. And you can see him tapping a bit of solder onto the panel, and then the lights on the panel like take up red and green configurations and start like popping back and forth across the panel. Mm-hmm. And then there is a sound as a maglock is disengaged.
And on your comms, the video screen pops up, and you see the face of St. Nicky. St. Nicky, who you have worked for before once or twice in the past and has assembled this excellent team together. Nicky is wearing her typical dark red, borderline black jumpsuit. Hood is up over her face. She's got that classic fibskin mask displaying an ethereal white face with rosy cheeks and a wide, jolly smile. She pushes the hood back and says, what's the status, Ethan?
Status is good. Miss Dickey, sir. Ma'am. Mom, sorry. Still getting used to that. Yeah, we got the maglock disengaged. We should be able to get in any time now. Just waiting on the rest of the crew.
Perfect. The truck is at the corner waiting for you. Once you are in and everything's cracked, make sure you start loading that stuff up post haste. I'm working a few things up here. Keep it up. Good work.
Thank you, Mom. Appreciate it.
And the camera can pull away a little bit and zoom over and find Kaylee. Who are you playing tonight, and what are they doing right now?
The camera pulls back, and you see kind of standing at the edge of the roof area, looking over kind of just the ladder that we used to climb up here, just kind of keeping everybody. It's kind of the antithesis of who we've seen so far. This is a very large woman. She is about 6'7", probably 250 pounds. She is wearing a sleeveless black actual leather jacket, covered in like pins and patches of random things, different colors. There's a couple of them that have little LEDs that blink in and out of sequence. In deference to Ethan, they all blink in red and greens right now. She has bright green hair, which is in a mohawk that normally would be standing up, but you only see part of it because she's wearing a jaunty Santa hat like our friend Mallo here. And she's just sitting there kind of keeping watch and sort of just kind of doing a little sing-song under her breath, just sitting there going, chicken go cluck cluck, cow go moo, pinky go oink oink, how about you? Chicken go cluck cluck, cow go moo, pinky go oink oink, how about you?
From your position as Overwatch up on the roof, you see a couple things right off the rip. There is a large box truck that you and the team acquired a little bit earlier that night. It is idling at the corner in front of, not exactly in front of, but a little ways down from the loading docks. You also see Nikki's partner, Rover, who you have worked with and fought with a couple times in the past. You see it kind of patrolling down on the street level. It is painted, as always, like an elf. Pointy green shoes, floppy red hat, and the twin bandoliers of oversized Christmas lights that have a wide variety of mostly explosive effects. He is patrolling, bouncing from building to building along the outside perimeter of the building you're at right now. And I think the camera can spin away from our rooftop and find Mav's character. Where are you, sir, and who are you playing tonight?
Why am I always the one that has to go inside the vents? Why can't anyone else go inside the vents, okay? Like...
Nikki clicks over comms. You said you wanted the vents. You called dibs when I rolled this plan out.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's okay.
Right.
You're talking to Callie Burr, or KB for short. She is a dark-skinned, 25-year-old, super bubbly, super happy. She has giant afro poof pigtails and has on her head the reindeer antlers with a nose for like Rudolph's nose on her face. And she is wearing a mixture of like a makeshift Santa suit mixed with like a reindeer suit. So it's weird, but she's happy. KB loves doing this. KB really loves Christmas. And on her chest, on her little body armor that she has, it says "Ho ho ho" on it. So yeah.
So KB is crawling through the vents right now. Where is she headed? What's her destination?
To cut the camera feeds for all of the cameras that are, watching around so we can't be seen.
Good. Love it. So, y'all are working your various tasks right now. And if we picture this as a heist movie, I think there can be a little bit of a flashback here to all of you sitting around a table. Saint Nicky is standing at the head of it. A hollow projection of the building you're currently in is displayed, and she's kind of pointing at different things, and she's saying, all right, this is our target tonight. This is our task. We are going to be hitting a Sano Corp warehouse on the docks. It is generally an unmanned warehouse, but they've got a lot of supplies that are currently flagged to be moving overseas and sold. We are going to make sure that they stay here at home and they go to the people that need them and cannot afford them. So, as characters in the Identical world, you are all very familiar with Sano Corp. You know that it is the home of bleeding edge technology. You know that they specialize in new medicines, new techniques, new approaches to diagnoses and things like that. You also know that their CEO is one of the world's leading humanitarians, donating millions of souls to those in need across the world. But I would love from each of you, or maybe just those of you that would care to think about the job other than the activity at hand, maybe an underworld check or a general political check to know maybe a little bit more about Sano Corp and what's going on right now.
Underworld of 16.
Very nice.
17. Underworld.
20.
Hold on. Gotta find a die. I had a die. It was right in front of me.
Lost it in that sweater.
I mean, it's a nice sweater.
It's a very nice sweater.
Let's see.
Does it say "Oh snap" on it? Okay, just checking.
Oh, it got worse. It got worse. So worse.
It got better. You read better.
It got damn.
For those of you listening to the podcast later, it's a sweater that says "Oh snap" at the top and a gingerbread man that's been snapped in half.
And then Michael grabbed his nipples and did a little dance for us.
No, that was me grabbing the shirt to pull it out. I was not grabbing my nipples. That never happened. Never happened.
That's cool.
No, yeah,
People
that's
listening won't know.
Correlation, not causation.
Yep, that didn't happen at all. Enjoy that, Twitch.
Sorry, Twitch. Sorry, yeah. My oh my gosh. 17 for me as well in Underworld.
Wonderful. So since y'all have spent time outside of the corporate structure, you've spent time on your own fighting the good fight, working together, working with other groups, working with Nikki before in the past. You know that Nikki tends to focus on the corporate elite, those high-value targets, really liberating funds and supplies and services for those in need. While Sano Corp does have a long history of very positive PR, the CEO, Mr. Sano, despite his advanced age, still being an agile and spry philanthropist, building hospitals in necessary places, dropping supplies via drone to other places that are needed. They still have record-breaking profits every single year. That there are still a lot of individuals on the board that while they preach one way, they still have heavily vested, corrupt interests and deals under the table with many other people. So while this is maybe not the worst of the corporations that are out there, they are still a corporation run by a trillionaire who is definitely hoarding money. And a lot of these supplies, while they are shipped off to people in need, many, many more supplies are shipped off to people with enough souls to pay for them at a very inflated price. So this job isn't specifically targeting someone who's actively hurting people by punching them or poisoning them, but they're definitely hurting people by withholding and hoarding funds and making money. So this is just striking the richest purse right now. The job as it was laid out, since this was a mostly unmanned warehouse, breaking in, cracking the codes, and then liberating as much as possible. Nikki had her troops and some extra freelancers out on the streets, keeping corporate guards and police on the payroll away, leading them astray a little bit to buy you some time. So you four were tasked with breaking in and getting back out. So that is, if we're zooming back to the action, where we are right now. Ethan has just finished cracking the maglock. So the main shipping doors, like to the loading dock for the trucks to back up into, that cracks open and starts to roll up a little bit and creak up a little bit. And you are all presented with the goods and the spoils. So what are we going to do for a little bit here?
Scritch just kind of like looks around and is seeing like all the like new shiny everything and stuff like that. And it's just like and then just starts like running in between like aisles and stuff like that, like very frantically, like taking looks at things and stuff, because we don't usually get that kind of nice equipment or anything, or of all the spoils and things like that. What kind of stuff are we seeing, or is he seeing in all of this?
Yeah, so right off the rip, you are seeing a lot of like over-the-counter medical supplies. So over-the-counter painkillers, fever reducers, cough, cold, flu kind of things. A lot of like slap-on patches for painkillers, fib skin patches for covering up a wound. Some of those like syringes that you jab into a gaping wound to fill it up real quick with clotting agents. Quick apply kits for antitox, anti-radiation, antivirals. There are some PPE kits, for people that may be first responders. Further up on the shelves, there are some big containers of the type of supplies that first responders would use, that would go to an emergency room, to ambulance drivers, like some of those we're in the field triage kits, kind of big smattering of that stuff. I don't think Scritch maybe paid a lot of attention in the briefing with Nikki, but definitely one of the things that stuck in Scritch's mind was that there should also be some medical rovers in here as well. And he might be looking for those right now.
Okay. He's going to keep running up and down and just kind of like looking anywhere and elsewhere kind of for these pieces and parts. He's got some cybernetics and some salvage kind of like background and stuff like that with it. And so as he's kind of like looking, he'll start calling out like everything that we find though. So it's just like the Doppler effect is like if anybody else is in the area kind of thing, like it's the Doppler effect of just like kind of thing as he's kind of running around like doing inventory almost.
Yeah, just shouting it off as you're going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, while you're running around the building, can you give me a perception check?
On the Quancom, Ethan is like calling out to the rest of the team. Look, can somebody mute him? Can we mute Skitch a bit? Can we just give him a bit of a tweak, a little bit of a mute, maybe? Maybe a mute. Can we make him a mute?
I think that's just his natural voice. I don't think we can do anything about that. But I wish he would slow down. I can't pick up everything that he says and bring it to the docs. And what was the thing after the left-handed rover?
I'm not sure that's what he said.
And he like
But it
holds
was-
up a box from like above the thing, and it's just like a box of like PPE stuff. He's just like
That. Okay, I'll go with it. I thought you said milk duds, and that would have been a little weird.
I think at one point you just
Wait,
see
did you just say it would be a little weird?
Weird.
You said reared.
Did
There's
I?
definitely R in there. There's definitely R. You never said
Kind of
reared.
did. He kind of did say reared.
See, I'm not the
Maybe-
only one who heard it.
Maybe it's because you're hearing things in a different accent.
No, I hear words in the accents that they're said in.
Well, good. Then we're all on the same page together.
Yeah, you said reared.
What?
Nothing.
I think at one point we just see like just the box that Scritch is underneath because he's a little bit shorter, and then he's just like running behind a big stack of something.
mm-hmm.
What was the result of that perception check you got, Mallo?
15.
Cool. Scritch is very clearly focused on finding all of this wonderful stuff and being so excited by just seeing, shelves of loot to take. A lot of the jobs with Nikki tend to be a little bit more desperate endeavors, and right now you've just got the keys to the kingdom. Treasure chest is wide open. So Scritch is definitely really zeroed in on all the good stuff right now. But as he is running around the building, there are a lot of exterior windows, and I don't think it's anything enough to draw his attention away. But he definitely sees a couple other trucks circling around the building. And while he might not have been paying super attention in the plan, there was definitely only one truck that you were putting everything onto. KB, what are you doing now that everything is cracked? The cameras are taken care of. What have you moved on to?
KB has surveyed the camera, so would have looked at the cameras beforehand, saw Scritch just running around, just it's so cute.
Equalize you from some of the top cameras.
Yeah, it was like, oh, he should went that way. Oh, nope. There. Oh, look there. He found it. He found it. Look at him. And would look at all the cameras before, kind of looping them before we got there, finding the footage of just looping. So now we can just run blindly in there and not be seen. And she will kind of cartwheel out of the office and slide down the railing to help get boxes and stuff.
Cool. Yeah, so the main loading bay doors are wide open right now. The truck you obtained earlier, which was parked like about half a block down around the corner, just a smidge, you had like an auto driver installed in there, so you can just like tap in through your glow and drive it up, back it into the loading bay, no problem there. Plenty of room to start throwing stuff in there. Nikki clicks in over comms. All right, give me a status update, kids. How we doing?
I'm loading box number 14. I think it's 14. I was confused from the milk duds, and then there was a discussion about somebody's rear.
Wait, what? What are you doing?
Ethan was very confusing.
Oh.
Nikki, are we going to be finished with this in time for Santa? Like, I forgot to put the milk and cookies out this year.
Is that really? Is that something you normally do?
Yeah, for Santa.
Who doesn't?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Did Scritch hear
never
the word
did.
Santa though? Like from that? Like over? Is this over the Qualcomm kind of thing?
yeah.
Yeah.
He just suddenly like jumps up on like one of the pallet of boxes and like Buddy the elf goes Santa.
See? Scritch loves Santa. I love Santa. And, like, Santa's super cool. Like, who can do all this magical stuff in, like, one night and help out all these people? That's, like, why we're doing this.
Well, I like Santa too. Remember, I was just talking about it.
Yeah.
You don't know my name anymore, do you? We've only been working together for months.
You constantly change it. And I'm
I'm
always afraid to
workshopping-
ask you.
I am
I'm
just
always afraid to
workshopping
ask.
a new name.
Okay.
I'm still using Thud, just like yesterday.
Okay, it's Thud now. Oh,
Thud, yeah,
Okay.
that's what the sound that makes when I hit people. Thud.
Thud. Okay. And you seen KB pull out a list and it's like constant names of just Thud as of now. Okay.
Yesterday.
Thud.
Yesterday.
Yes, yesterday. Okay, got it.
Well, don't you remember I told you that classic joke at the same time? Do you not remember the joke?
No,
what do you get when you cross an owl with a bungee cord?
Don't answer that. Don't answer that question. It's a trick.
What do you get?
My ass.
And once again, we're back on rears, and it's thanks to Thud.
No, Thud.
Thud. That's what I said.
Thud.
Thud.
No, that you're saying it like food. It's thud,
it's thud.
with an
Thud.
No,
it's
it's
a
thud.
It's the sound your behind makes when you sit in a chair. Thud.
No, it's the sound my fist makes when I smash people. Thud. Why have you been listening to my ass?
so
It is rather thick and kind of dummy thick and alerts the guards sometimes, but it's okay.
I do hate to interrupt this stimulating conversation, but since the question was posed about how quickly we would be done tonight, I feel responsible to remind you all that you are delaying the conclusion of tonight's events, says Nikki over comms.
I'm
Sorry, Mum. We'll get right on this. Everybody, grab some boxes. Let's get this shit loaded. Yeah.
I've been doing this whole time.
Yeah. Have you just been standing around? As KB has like 3 boxes in her hand. Are you just standing around the entire time?
Ethan's left arm, the fingers start to like kind of spindle off of the panel that he was working on and reattach. Well, if you want me to re-engage the maglock, I can just disconnect my hand. That's fine.
That sounds disgusting. I wouldn't do that.
Looking
That's
at
how you're on maglock duties.
yeah, Ethan's left hand, the fingers have basically extended and disconnected to from his palm, and each one is running a wire directly into the panel.
So Scritch is not just gonna carry individual boxes. He's gonna go look for like the pallet jack thing, like the hand pallet jack kind of thing, and be like pumping it up, and then be like and then like pushing it through the whole way to try to like get this thing on the road kind of piece. And then like once he gets one into place, he'll back it out and then go get another one. And he's just like sing-songing himself the entire way there.
Gotcha. Mav, as KB fixed the cameras and looped the feeds and everything, did you set up any kind of like alerts for yourself in your security system for anything that might like to keep an inside eye on what was actually happening?
Yes, of course, and it would have been linked to everybody else's feeds.
Perfect.
Link it all together.
Perfect. So you knew coming into this building that it was mostly unmanned. One of the things that is going to pop up though on your like heads-up display is the motion sensors, and you're going to see that there is a little bit of movement up on the 3rd floor, which is about halfway up this building.
Guys, it's just us here, right? Like, there wasn't supposed to be anybody else here, right?
Oh,
That's what Nicky said.
run outside. Run outside.
There's a fan outside.
And he
Okay,
points back to
someone-
just languidly, like, points back to the window.
What's
Oh,
outside?
okay.
Nikki jumps in. Yeah, I'm up here on 10. What's going on?
I got motion on the 3rd floor, but we're all down here.
Well, I'm working on some intel up in the top office, trying to pull some schematics and plans for something I'm working on a little bit later. If y'all want to go check it out or send someone up there, I should be done in about 10 minutes.
I can go look.
Roger
No,
that.
I still got an idea. Why don't we send Thud down there?
You know what? I don't care. Yeah, I'm going up there.
Up, down.
Yeah.
Either way.
Do you want me to go up there with you?
It looks like you're having fun here, but if you want to, you can.
Scritch will load the last of the box the pallet he's got, and then just leave the pallet jack sitting there in the thing, and then just go, and then just keeps like walking right after Thud.
A boom boom chicky chicky boom boom. A boom boom chicky chicky wah chak 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 chak.
All right, so the Thud and Scritch, are you gonna find one of the elevators in the building? You can take the stairs up. What do you think you're gonna grab?
Elevators.
Okay. So the two of you are gonna jump in the elevators and head up to 3. Ethan, you are still at the loading dock panel to keep the doors open right now.
That is correct.
And KB, what are you up to?
Still keeping an eye on the motion sensors and everything, and just kind of, I'm going to call for Zero, which is my drone, to kind of run around the area just to make sure. Because they said trucks, I'm like, there's got to be somebody else here. And watch Ethan's back, too.
Love it. So we will start with you. You see those motion sensors on 3rd floor. You also have schematics and blueprints of the building. So you dial in a little bit, zoom in a smidge, zoom and enhance like you do. You see that the motion sensors, there's 2 pings. It seems like they exited the bathroom. There's just bathrooms up there. It seems like they came out and they have moved into a conference room. And this is an external facing conference room with a bunch of windows on it. Zero is what type of drone is Zero? Tell us a little bit about Zero.
Zero is your standard propeller 4-pronged drone. Has a red blinking nose.
Yep.
Red blinking nose, has a camera on it, and a gun, just in case.
Of course.
Zero bites,
Yeah.
Edge just kind of scans around just to make sure everything's okay.
Cool. So I am going to have you give me another perception check for Zero as you are piloting that around the outside of the building.
19?
Wonderful. So Zero very easily identifies this other vehicle that Scritch had mentioned. you're able to zoom in on that picture, and you see that it is another like nondescript box truck, a little bit bigger than the one y'all had obtained for this job. Right as you are seeing that, again, your motion sensor goes off, and you see on the 5th floor and the 6th floor, another few sets of bodies exit what seems to be a bathroom and move towards a conference room with an external facing window.
Okay. There's movement there's bodies on the 5th floor. Why are they coming out of the bathroom? Are there lizard people? Are we fighting lizard people?
And we will go over to Thud and Scritch, who are exiting the elevator on the 3rd floor.
Wait, I thought you said they were on the 3rd floor, not the 5th floor.
No, there's more. There's some on the 3rd floor, and there's some on the 5th floor, too. Nikki, be careful. And you guys be careful, too.
And Thud kind of looks down at Scritch and shrugs. Should we go to the bathroom?
And then just kind of like nods head really quick there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean Thud's work with Scritch. Thud understands.
It's just a lot of grunts and like from Scritch most of the time.
Yeah. We head down towards where the bathrooms was.
So as you are getting close to that part of the building, the first thing you see, without it even being a challenge, is that the bathroom door has been kind of propped open, and there are clear signs of like someone unloading gear. Like think of every action movie scene where someone like sets down the giant duffel bag with like the double big zips, and they're like, and they're just unpacking thing after thing after thing. Like there's 4 or 5 of those in the room in front of you. And there's a little bit of, there's just like evidence of stuff being moved and put on the floor. You see some scuffs on the ground. You see some, like boxes, some discarded, it almost seems like food containers, just stuff, like weird stuff.
Okay. Is there like a method of entry here other than the door? Like
no
window, no air vents or anything, like big air vents or?
Oh, well, there's always air vents.
Right. I mean, I'm talking like smaller than KB size air vents.
So in the bathroom, you definitely see like the typical bathroom fans in the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
But this is very like industrial building, so there's a lot of exposed ductwork. There's definitely some ducts up there that would probably be people sized, but looking at them from where you are now, it doesn't look like anyone like punched their way out of them or cut their way out of them.
Wait, we're fighting lizard people and people-sized ducks now?
Well,
this is getting crazy.
Wait. Did I hear that right on the comb? People-sized ducks?
Lizard
like
people-sized ducks.
Lizard people. So, how big is the lizard person?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with Scritch.
As you're trying to figure this out, KB, your motion sensor kicks off again, and you see now from all of the floors of the building more motion. It seems like it's getting almost exponentially bigger. Like now you're seeing like 3, 4, 5, 6 bodies moving at a time.
Guys, and shares it with everybody. We're in a hornet's nest. Unless somebody got a Mogwai wet and fed it after midnight, we got gremlins at this point. I'm sorry.
Okay, hang on. Whoa. So we have lizard people, ducks, gremlins, and hornets? I don't know what a gremlin is, but I'm allergic to hornets.
As soon as you say that, Ethan, down at the main loading bay door where you are, you see this other truck whip around the corner and pull up. And as soon as it gets within, maybe 30 feet of the loading dock where you're standing, an alarm goes off inside the building. And you see security doors start slamming down in front of you.
We've got a truck. We've got alarms, KB. We've got security doors.
Turn them off.
I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can.
A split second later, your glow lights up with a 911 alarm message from the elf rover who is outside the building. He's signaling to you, absolute highest priority, get out now. And then a split second later, the entire building goes dark.
What the fuck?
Shit.
Kate,
does it seem like the building has lost power, or is it just that the lights were cut?
You have all in the past seen emergency lockdown procedures in corporate run buildings.
Okay.
You've triggered them, sometimes accidentally, sometimes intentionally.
Always intentionally.
And it is very clear that is what's happening now. The lockdown procedure has happened. All the external doors and ingress-egress points have been shut down with protected, armored doors from the outside. You are all trapped inside the building. As this realization is sinking over you, emergency lights click on. So those very dim, reddish toned lights at doors and stairway points are all turning on. And that is where we are.
Holiday spirit! And then Scritch kind of dances around a little bit in the red light. But then also realizes the absurdity of the situation and right, yeah, he doesn't take off the lights and then starts doing this kind of thing. No, he takes out both candy canes that he has strapped to his back and then gets into a defensive position standing right next to Thud.
Okay.
Do you think we should go up and try and get to Nikki? You think they're here after her?
Do we even see the people that we're looking for? The ones that we've seen a bunch of stuff, but we haven't seen anybody else, right?
You do not see anybody currently.
Okay, but we haven't gotten to the conference room yet, have we?
Correct. You were at the bathroom looking in, and then all of this stuff started happening. Okay.
Scritch will pull his head out of the bathroom like that and then yell across the I'm assuming it's one of those open air kind of office
Oh yeah, very open concept, yeah. Shared desks, shared workspaces.
Yeah. Hell, got it.
Kitchen, hell. Kitchenette in the corner with a coffee pod machine and a mini fridge.
We can all agree.
Scritch will yell out, "Well, come and piss! Don't shoot!"
30 Helens agree.
29 Helens agree.
Does anything happen when he screams out like that?
Not yet. Ethan, what are you doing down on the main floor where you were?
To confirm, the truck made it inside the doors before they shut, correct?
No, the truck was approaching the doors.
Okay, so the truck did not get inside.
Correct, okay. But you are inside. You watched basically the truck spin around the corner, and as it got closer, boom, security doors dropped, and you were inside.
Did our truck make it inside, though, that we were loading up? Or is it like a loading dock kind of thing? Where
It
it's-
was at a loading dock.
Okay, so the truck is outside. We're all stuck inside. We got no getaway.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yep. Ethan is going to. And did we complete? Of course, he was concerned with the maglocks. Did we actually unload the room? Is the do I need to leave the maglock open at this point? I don't think I do.
We
were staging stuff like near the loading dock.
A lot of stuff was on the truck. Some of the other folks were like moving things closer to the truck, and then Scritch was like putting things from there onto the truck. Scritch was also causing a lot of chaos and mess.
So I guess looking around, like peeking into the room, is there much stuff left in the vault room?
You got about half of it. The plan wasn't like to completely empty it. It was to just get what you could onto the truck that you had while Nikki was doing her thing.
Well, then we're going to disconnect the spider web palm from the maglock from the panel.
Sure.
I think I'd like to make an electronics check to see if I can actually manage to keep the doors open.
Sure, give it to me.
Okay. I'll roll my holiday themed D20, courtesy of Fan Roll.
Nice.
Christmas magic. Christmas magic.
18 plus so 22 electronics.
Heistmas magic.
You're right. I'm so sorry. Thank you for correcting me. All right. So you are attempting to.
I'm attempting to basically, like, it's a binary lock. It's either closed or open. I'm attempting to just jam it open.
Yes, you are able to do that.
You could have just shot it. Okay. Oh wait, this isn't Star Wars. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not just Star Wars. So as long as the lock is opened, then he will leave the spider web. He'll disconnect his palm from the panel, and then he's going to head over to try and or at least find a computer terminal, like something that he can at least like just check into, looking for a security interface.
Absolutely.
Is there a security interface by the security door?
Yeah, there's actually a little security station there, where clearly like a rent-a-cop would have positioned themselves. There's a couple computer terminals, a chair, a filing cabinet, that kind of thing.
Ethan is not the tech savvy person that is KB, but Ethan is very good at B&Es and security systems specifically. So he's looking for any way he can possibly interface with the security system.
Yeah, absolutely. That feels like another electronics check.
Okay, electronics. All right.
Yeah.
Very good. That another world. Where'd that go? There it is. Cockeyed. All right. That is a 18. It'll be 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Absolutely. So the first thing you notice is that it is absolutely shut down. No power supply.
Mm-hmm.
Completely not functional, which tells you probably something like really specifically targeted that, because in Identico we've got kind of unlimited power. So
kind of
what would have turned that off, Mr. B&E? Something, probably an EMP or something similar.
Well, I didn't specify. B&E is bacon and eggs.
Oh, okay. So maybe you're thinking like someone dumped some gravy down the back of that computer.
Would that be brown or gray gravy?
Brown.
Brown gravy.
Yes.
No, sausage gravy. Sausage gravy.
Oh yeah, for breakfast it's sausage gravy for sure. Yeah, it's a white gravy. It's a sausage gravy for sure.
# season 1 Chaos Incorporated. You're welcome.
Yes.
That's a throwback there, kiddos.
Little throwback. No, so once it's determined that just there is no power to the station, right.
You are able, though, with the gear you have and the experience you have, you can force a little bit of power back into the system from
like hot wire, somewhat kind of like hot wiring, like
Yeah,
Okay.
like you can route some of the power from your glow or some other devices in your pan into the computer terminal you're using and juice it, like almost like powering it directly from your cyber gear.
All right, then doing that, the spider web will kind of open up a little bit, and he'll basically, Ethan's going to look at his palm, look at the exposed wiring, and be like, "Oh, who needs a pinky, right? Don't need to power the pinky." And he'll actually disconnect the power from the pinky module, which then like the pinky just kind of falls limp off the hand, and try to run that into the security station.
Yeah, so you are able to, with a little bit of finagling, power that back up, and you see the cameras pop back on. But then you realize that the feed you're seeing is the feed that KB looped.
All right, so the loop is still intact.
That's good.
All right. Yeah, the loop is still intact. I got the security station up here powered up, but it's very limited. There's no way for me to access much of anything, really. It's a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a sticky wicket, right?
Yeah, where's KB right now? What's she doing?
KB is still at the front door, just seeing all the bags that she managed to bring in when we were loading in. So we have some of our extra gear just in case. I'm like, okay, that's that. Hey, baby, you'll be later. And checking Zero to make sure that she's also locking down the van. So it's shutting everything down in the van and keeping it shut so no one can get into it.
You notice as soon as you try to contact Zero and the systems you installed in the van that they are non-responsive.
Whoever the fuck is out there broke my toys, and I am not happy.
You quickly put the pieces together. The building you're in right now has been just completely locked down and cut off from the outside world. No communication in or out. You've seen this type of extreme security protocol before, but the way this is kicking off feels real weird, real suspicious to you, but you cannot contact anyone outside the building right now.
Nikki?
Does this seem...
Nikki?
No response.
Fucking shit! What were you going to say, E?
I was about to say, this seems a bit extreme for Sanicorp, right?
Yeah. And I can't get in touch with Nikki either. Guys? Scritch? Thud?
Can we hear them?
Nope.
What about on Qualcomm?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I don't try that because I don't know.
Maybe would have went through every fucking avenue that she could have gotten onto.
yeah, so eventually Thud would hear KB reaching out, and it's about that time that after a long pause from Scritch's initial statement, some movement is seen, and you hear what sounds like people walking out of the conference room towards you.
I'll walk towards them.
And you quickly see a group of maybe 6 to 12 individuals. They are all fully kitted out in armored vests, body armor, helmets. It seems like they're all carrying some sort of rifle or automatic weapon, all moving in lockstep. You know, thump, 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 thump. They are all dressed in identical gear, moving exactly the same. All of their gear is painted like not quite a neon green, but like a very vibrant, rich green head to toe.
Hi.
They do not respond.
I wave at them. Can we help you?
They approach you and move past you as if you are not there.
Do they walk around me or like try and like push past me?
It's kind of one of those things where there's like two columns of them coming towards you, right? And down this wide hallway between these open plan desks. As the first two get up to you, like they don't intentionally bowl you over, but they get up to you, and as soon as they get within that, like, oh, you're way too close to me, they kind of part around you, and then you're like the zipper down the line. Everyone starts parting around you, but then coming back into their little 2-column walk as you're like parting this Red Sea. I'm just throwing out all kinds of visual suggestions here to try to paint this picture. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, we got it.
The stream parts around you being the rock and continues flowing.
Hey guys, this is really weird. These guys aren't responding to like being nice.
And they move towards the stairs and start climbing the stairs.
And they're heading up. I'm gonna follow them, I think.
Maybe thought it's time to be naughty then, right? If nice isn't working.
Well, they haven't done anything yet. They're all like really heavily kitted out in like weapons, and they're all painted bright green. Well, not really a bright green, but kind of like a verdant green.
Verdant?
Yeah.
Are they furry?
Well, I don't judge their lifestyles. You shouldn't either.
That's not a question
If
of
they want to
judgment.
dress up like weasels on the weekend, that's perfectly up to them.
I thought it's a question of description, not of judgment. I'm asking for a description. Are they verdant green and furry?
No, they're wearing tactical outfits. You know, like Kevlar and guns and helmets and boots and pants and shirts.
But it's all
probably
verdant
underwear.
Green. Are even the weapons? The kit is all verdant green also.
Yes.
Strange.
Wait, they're going upstairs?
Yeah, I'm following them right now. They walked around me like I wasn't there, so I'm kind of following them, and they got a really good rhythm going into their boots.
On the comms channel, again, Nikki, you need to move. They're coming towards you.
But if they're going toward Nikki, we got to stop them. You got to stop them. You and Skitch.
What does the
So
off the
we
thing?
gotta-
What does the helmets look like?
The helmets are like a completely blank faceplate. So think of like a tactical helmet with like a motorcycle mask that would come down smooth over your face, like that would slide down from it. Mm-hmm. It is completely blank, opaque, painted this verdant green.
Got it.
I'm gonna start like rushing up the stairs, like going through them, like I'm racing them to the top. I just keep pushing them aside and
Sure.
start running for floor 10.
So again, they do not respond to you. If you move them out of the way, if you bump into them, they simply kind of reset themselves on the path they were taking. They take no negative offensive action against you.
Do they feel like flesh and blood?
They feel solid.
But not like Robs, but more like people.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I want to know.
Yeah. As you race up the stairs, you see additional groups on the stairs ahead of you, exiting the floors above you, which kind of lines up with what KB was telling you about the motion sensors on the other floors.
And they're all dressed exactly the same.
All exactly the same. So you are just running up amidst.
Yep.
I'm
breaking a path for Scritch too.
Scritch is going to use the jackrabbits in his legs and try to bound up even further and faster, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then like something kind of When he gets up to the floor, when it gets up to floor 10, are there any of them up there?
Yes, there are. I think with the jackrabbits, you were able to get ahead of Thud a little bit.
Yeah, he's just gonna kind of like keep pouncing and stuff like that. But he's got an idea that just kind of like pops in his head when he gets there. If he puts his hand on one of them, can he kind of get to like skin almost? Like obviously they're probably wearing a suit or something like that. But can he feel like an opening in the armor where he could like touch the skin kind of thing?
So on like just on a quick passing of them, I don't think he has the time to try to find an open spot like that. He could very quickly find some coverage where, like, you as a person, you know, a person wearing body armor, it's probably just like some under armor underneath of the plating. Mm-hmm. That would be logical, but there's no exposed skin unless you are really taking the time to try to like pin one down and find it. So if your priority is more getting above, you probably wouldn't have time for that unless you want to kind of set aside some time to do that.
Is more of like when he gets to floor 10.
Okay. So yeah, when you get up to floor 10, there's a big group of them there. Some of them are still moving towards kind of the middle of this open office space. You can try to kind of pull one aside or find one that's standing still if you want to try to interact with them further.
Yeah, he's just going to kind of go like in this little area, like in between the helmet and the where body armor would be and stuff like that. He's just going to kind of like just reach out and just sort of grab with the joy buzzer.
Okay. So why don't you give me... Why don't you give me a perception check again?
Hit 5.
All right. So you reach out with the joy buzzer. It connects. It fires off the volts into this body. You see like the body stiffen a little bit, like if you shocked a person, like their spine would arch a little bit, like you expect. But then as you're hoping for some sort of resolution, one way or the other, you're suddenly very distracted because from the middle of the room, you hear this like almost big mechanical clunking. Like something really big and heavy is being set down on the floor. And that draws your attention away. And you see a big freestanding computer tower that like two people had to carry. It's like as big as a person almost, being set down in the middle of the floor. It is the same color of green. It appears to be like completely smooth on all sides. And as you see this thing being set into place, a little bit of movement catches your eye, and you see Nikki has been bound to a chair, kind of next to it, maybe about 10 feet away. And you're taking in both of these things at once, and then you hear kind of the whir up of computer fans. And the big tower, a holographic display starts to surround it, and you hear a very automated robotic voice say, "Grievous retaliation intelligence active. No Christmas hooligan protocol online." And a face kind of forms, like a digital face. Think very Matrix-y, where the machines made the face.
Lawnmower Man?
Yeah, that too. Kind of displays, and this face forms in the hologram and looks over to Nikki, and it says, "We have finally drawn you into our grasp. No longer will you be striking against these corporate elites. Your reign of terror ends now. And Nikki kind of coughs a little bit and spits some blood on the floor. She's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And the computer says, "We have observed your observation from afar, and our creators built us specifically to target you and your teams across the world. We shall end all of your seasonal activities to protect our shareholders." And at that point, all of the green armored figures that are on the floor in front of you, like, all kind of snap to attention and pull their weapons up into like a ready fire stance. And you realize that the room is like almost entirely full of bodies at this point, targeting Nikki.
I think at this point, Thud comes running up through the stairs,
Yes.
like getting up onto the floor, sees all this, goes, "Oh, Nikki, is that the new Xbox? I didn't think they did it smaller this year." Why is everybody so angry and green and foozy?
And 4 of the figures now respond to you entering the room and turn to face you again, weapons in a ready fire stance, targeting you.
I'm going to charge them and attempt to smash 2 of their heads together.
Oh, right. Wonderful. So now, I think at this point we can move into our ongoing skill challenge here as we're going to approach this event as it occurs. Why don't you go ahead and tell me a little bit about what you're doing, narrate that scene for me a little bit, and we'll go from there.
So I think Nikki proclaims her dismay as to the size of the new Xbox, and they turn pointing guns at her, and that's when she notices they're also pointing them at Nikki at this point, and she just kind of shakes her head unbelievingly and just stalks forward, reaching out with 2 like big hands, kind of just walking in between the 2 guns, just smashing 2 of their heads together.
Perfect. All right, go ahead and give me like an attack roll.
A dirty 20.
Perfect. So you smash 2 of these heads together, and they kind of reel back and let go and fall to the floor.
No, I keep a hold of them.
Oh, you keep a hold of them. Okay. So
Yes.
you feel them. You feel the collision. You feel the.
They kind of go limp.
You feel that shatter of matter, and they go limp in your hands as you're holding them there.
Cool. I've got dumbass chucks, and she starts trying to flail the bodies around, using them as improvised weapons and just trying to bowl people over as she moves towards Nikki, and incidentally trying to get a little bit of cover.
She gonna hit a
Scritch.
motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Scritch, you are up there as well. What are you doing?
Shit. And then Scritch will grab 2 red lights off of their bandolier and click the tops of them and toss them at the Xbox, and watch as they ignite, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. Which ones were you throwing again?
Blue,
Red.
not red. Don't you want the blues?
No, I want the reds
Okay.
because I'm throwing them at the Xbox.
Okay.
And if I remember our Heistmas lore correctly, I think those are the nanothermites,
They
right?
absolutely are the nanothermite ones. Yeah,
I was thinking the blue or the EMPs, but yeah, that works.
I don't have any of those. I've got blue smoke, I got flashbang, I got CS gas, and I've got nanothermite. So
I didn't make enough. I'm sorry.
Good choice.
We were short of the supplies.
All right, so why don't you go ahead and give me a like an attack roll to throw them where you want to throw them.
key portion where I want to throw them.
Exactly.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. One is an 11, unaided. The other one's a nat 20.
Oh, perfect.
I'll take the nat 20 all day.
All right. So as you chuck these grenades, one of them hits the big square tower smack on and kind of drops to the floor right in front of it. The other one goes a little bit wide and bounces off one of the heads of these green figures and kind of ricochets between another couple of them. And a split second later, you see the thermite ignite, and the glare and the smell filling the room.
Explosion!
KB, Ethan, were you hauling up to the 10th floor as well when all of this kicked off?
Yep.
Yeah, I think once it was pretty clear that there was nothing to be done at the security station, and we heard Nikki being encroached upon. Makes sense.
All right. So as you take off up the stairs, you hear again footsteps coming towards you this time. It is still a couple floors above you. So you have an opportunity to set something up or just charge straight ahead or do whatever you would like.
Nikki,
The footsteps are coming toward the stairs, like toward the stairwell, or
so you are in the stairwell, like that big industrial stairwell going up.
Yeah.
You hear them above you coming down.
okay.
And you put together with the feedback of what you are hearing from upstairs that they're now moving back towards you, now taking a more offensive state.
Okay, well, can't take the elevator, so what do you want to do?
Well, seems as though they're coming toward us, so let's use their momentum against them, yeah? Let's help them go faster down the stairs.
Yeah, and KB takes out what looks like these Tinker toys. Okay, go boom.
Sure, just let me find some cover.
Yeah. And you see KB wind these suckers up and just
Like
leave
literally.
them. Yes. Wind them up and put them all on the bottom. And they're just kind of walking around. Nyah, nyah,
Okay.
and get into the other floor.
All right. So are these explosives? Are these
Very much explosives.
Okay.
Explosives.
All right. Are they set with like a proximity alert or a timer?
Some are proximity alerts and some are timers. So we're going to start a chain reaction.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to have you do. I'm going to have you give me a demolitions check. As like a what happens when they get there kind of thing. 15? 18, even better. Thank you. Okay. Let's cut back to upstairs. Scritch, what are you doing?
So after Scritch threw those to start to kind of literally pop us off, he's gonna take a page out of Thud's book and grab his candy canes and try to start like it's like Kung Fu Master kind of thing, but like drunken Kung Fu. If you imagine like a little monkey jumping around the room and Kung Fu at the same time, that's kind of how Scritch fights. Very chaotic.
Rookapoo.
Yeah. If you've seen my character in another one, Rookapoo.
I was gonna say it looks like Yoda fighting Count Dooku.
A little bit, yeah. There's a lot of that kind of like just jumping around, exactly. But he's gonna try to like use the crook of the candy cane to get up under some of these and like throw them, and knock them down and do some of those kind of things because Thud's got the right idea. We're kind of outnumbered here, so we need to like set the dominoes a little bit if we can.
Okay, absolutely. Does Scritch have like unarmed combat or combat proficiency with the candy canes there?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so give me a check with that to kind of set this up and then start that momentum going.
Yeah. And he's got his dual wield, so.
Perfect.
That's another nat 20.
Love it.
This dice is my friend tonight. I like it.
Keep it going.
Yeah. The other one's a 10 if you need it.
Perfect. So as Scritch is acrobatically kind of bouncing around using the weight and using the weight of these armored soldiers against them, kind of tipping them into each other, just then the thermite grenades like really hit their full burn, and there is a not like a dull roar, but like a larger implosion sound as the big tower starts to burn and kind of crumple in on itself. As that happens, you see then that face that was speaking moments ago. It kind of flickers out. The hologram flickers out from around that tower, and you see it start to pop in to the faceplates of all of these green soldiers. So like one at a time, like halogen lights popping on, like boop, 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 boop. So now all of them have this face that was looking out at you.
Gotcha. So each candy cane he gets 3 attacks with. So the ones he can't throw, he's gonna try to just basically like crack the faceplates and stuff like that, because that's creepy. That's like Cyberman creepy. And so he's just gonna be like and just start wailing on some of these guys.
Absolutely. So Scritch is doing that very successfly. What is Thud doing right now?
Thud is continuing to push through the crowds. As the Xbox starts to go up and the nanothermite is catching and building, she starts trying to bull rush them, basically taking the 2 bodies she's got and starts bull rushing them and shoving them left into the fire as she goes by.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. So, can you give me like a strength check
Absolutely,
for how
positively.
successful all of that is?
I'd like to continue the rolls tonight with my own natural 20.
Love
Like Heistmas magic.
It is like a Heistmas miracle.
So, you are able to easily shove and chuck some of these armored figures towards the fire of the burning thermite. The other grenade that Scritch threw that kind of ricocheted between a couple other ones is also firing off. So it's like there's 2 little pockets of white hot burning fire that you're just shoving bodies towards right now. What you see as you are doing this out of the corner of your eye, you see a couple other of these figures just bodily pick Nikki up and the chair she's tied to and move away from this group towards the elevators.
As I redouble my efforts, calming the group, it's like, they're moving Nikki towards the elevators. Lucky for them, they don't know the elevators aren't working.
I think we can cut back to Ethan and KB. As you set up that little trap, were you like waiting in the wings? What else were you doing?
KB would have went into one of the other room, not other rooms, but the floor, like, the access door, and looking behind it because it's going to go big. Those are shrapnel bombs.
Yeah, no, and Ethan is definitely following KB's lead. Ethan has seen maybe once or twice some of KB's handiwork. Doesn't want to be caught in the blast.
All right, so you take a defensive location, wait a little bit as this is setting up, and you hear the steps of these soldiers getting a little bit closer, a little bit closer, a little bit closer, and then
for just a second, like as the footsteps are coming down the stairs, there's a moment where Ethan's like, right, KB, are these the proximity? And then, like, as he says the word proximity,
yeah, you hear the first chain of explosions set off, and then a couple more, and then a couple more. As all of these things explode, you hear that, like, you feel the impact from the explosion. You feel that pressure wave, even from the defensive position. You hear clearly the sound of, like, ricocheting bodies and shrapnel in the stairwell.
I put a little extra in them this year. Plus, they broke my toys, so I'm going to break them now. I call these my Home Alone specials. It's great. They're called filthy animals. That's what they're called. Yep.
Filthy animals. Got it. Okay. Filthy animals.
A little bit of smoke curls under the door that you had taken some cover behind. You're able to peek around and see that this group has been like knocked over, demolished. They're lying on the ground, covered in shrapnel wounds and explosive damage. So that group is now no longer a threat, and you do not hear any other steps coming down towards you. Yes. And about that time, you hear the heads up from Thud that Nikki is being taken towards the elevators.
Cool. So I guess. Wait, elevators, are they working?
Well, they were on the lockdown. They weren't working. Nothing. The elevators didn't have power. Oh. Words.
You mean power, right? Not poor? Is this one of your weird accent
Elevators
things?
had no power.
Poor?
Security station had no power.
Okay. Maybe we can cut them off at the elevator, but, like, do you have your weapons, too? Did you bring yours?
And Ethan just reaches back and pats the small of his back. You got me pistol. That's all I carry.
At this point in time, KB throws him a duffel bag. Go big or go home. And I don't feel like leaving right now.
No, we don't have to. We don't have to leave. You look,
Ethan.
Look, I get in, I get out. You kill the things. That's what you guys do. I get us in and I get us out.
Okay, but maybe if you want to have fun with the rest of us, it'd be kind of cool because I know you can do it. All right.
All right. So Ethan opens up the bag.
I think it's the wrong bag. I think you actually got Thud's bag, and it is full of candy canes, like regular candy canes.
Yeah, no,
just like
and Ethan,
hundreds of them.
Ethan like dips his hand into the bag and pulls out a handful of candy canes and like lifts up his hand and shows it to KB. Are we having a laugh? Are you having a laugh? Right? Is that what this is? Are we having a laugh?
I told Thud to pack her back. Why did I trust Thud to pack her own bag? Damn it!
Ethan puts the candy canes back in the bag because they're not his. And then like kind of just looks around the floor, the stairwell and the floor at the spray of bodies for some loose kit.
Yeah, you are easily able to find a variety of like small arms, like machine pistols, Uzis.
Yeah, so he'll grab a machine pistol and tuck it, and he'll grab another machine pistol and put it in the large pocket of his overcoat, and then grab another like just standard pistol.
Sure.
All right, is this enough, KB? Am I heavily armed enough for you now?
KB pulls out 2 Uzis. Yes, and starts running.
For fuck's sake.
Still carrying another bag on her shoulder.
Yeah, and Ethan does leave the bag of candy canes behind.
Are you running up the stairs? Are you running towards the elevators?
I think if we know they're going to the elevators, then it makes more sense to try and go down to the elevators and cut them off.
So
trying to make our way back upstairs.
All right, so you run over to the elevators, and you see that they are still non-functional.
Well, even if they're non-functional, if they open the doors, they could rappel down the shaft.
I could. Can you think you can
But
get this door open?
I think I can get the door open, but there's no escape. There's no vehicles down. There's nothing in here they could escape with, right? Like they'd have to be going up, not down.
The roof.
The roof.
The roof.
The roof is on the top floor.
The top floor. I mean, they can be on the roof and or go out that way.
And as the two of you come to that realization, the camera will take us back up to the top floor. Thud, you are able to see that the two soldiers carrying Nikki pause in front of the elevator doors. 2 others that were waiting there, like, jam their hands in, like punching a hole in the doors and pull them apart. The other 2 carry Nikki into the elevator, and you see
Is the elevator car there, I'm assuming, then?
Yes.
Okay, thank God. I was kind of worried they were just going to yeet her down the elevator shaft. Like, that's Heistmas, everybody. That's the last one.
If I can't stop sneezing, we might have to throw someone down an elevator shaft to cut this game short. But no, the cars were brought up to the top floor. They walk in. You see one of the figures like reach down towards the button panel. You hear a noise. You hear some sparking. You see some sparking. The lights in the elevator flicker on, and it starts to ascend.
Is there any chance I can get into that car before it closes?
Oh, that feels like
I think if I could narrate
check.
Yeah, and I'd like to narrate it for possibly a bonus.
Yeah,
so,
please.
They bring Nikki into there, and Thud sees that, and she takes one of her mook chucks, and since she has like a kind of a straight line, because most of them, she's kind of broken through the back at this point, she rears back one arm and like bowls him across the floor, trying to get him to jam into the doors long enough that she can make it. And I will try and make an agility check.
Yeah, love it.
That is a 15.
Definitely.
Okay.
So, and
I think as the body gets there, the doors are trying to close. It's like the ding and the ding as she gets closer and closer. And just as the head pops, like right before the doors close the final time, she like slips sideways and slams into the back of the door as the front doors close, popping the head off and leaving the body behind.
Yes. So now you are in the elevator with Nikki, who is tied to a chair, and 2 of these armored individuals.
Okay.
As those doors
Nikki down.
As those doors close, Scritch, what were you doing? You saw this all happen with just throwing a body and then sprinting towards the elevator.
Yeah, he would have been trying to do the same thing, but I kind of imagined him being further away, though. Because he jumped in the middle of the room and started trying to kind of do stuff and trying to chase after them. And they kind of did a little ring around the rosy of the Xbox computer there. And so Thud would have been closer and been able to get to it. So when that kind of happens, he's continuing to like Like, imagine, like, from the camera's perspective of the, like, doors closing after thuds into the back of the thing, and you just, like, see, like, 2 candy canes, and I'm assuming blood flying up? Or is it motor oil? We don't know.
No, definitely no blood.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah. Definitely just, beating the crap out of some robots, and then, jumping, when he realizes he's not going to make it, he starts kind of, like, looking around, and then starts looking for the stairwell to go upstairs to the roof, and starts searching for that, either a hatch or a ladder or a stair or, fire escape of some capacity.
Yeah, you through all of the smoke and the chaos, you are able to see, like, towards the back of the room, like a roof access door.
And he's just going to book it.
Yep, yeah, you're able to get over there. As that is happening, Ethan, KB, what are the two of you doing?
Over the Quancom, the two of you just go. You just hear roof, 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 roof.
See, roof. Wolf.
Oh, I thought Scritch found a dog.
Would Scritch want a dog for Christmas? For Heistmas? Would he want one?
I mean, possibly.
I can make him a dog.
Let's worry about that when we get out of here, right? When we finish the job. But to the roof, I suppose. Do we take the stairs, or do we want to try to ascend the elevator?
Stairs. We already got our cardio in for the day. We can keep going.
Ugh. All right.
KB is like high-kneeing, like, come on, we can go. Come on.
I'd like to spend a couple of ID points here.
Okay.
I think we're going to see Ethan puts down his pack and pulls out of his pack two small, like, micro ascenders.
Oh, yeah.
This might be a bit faster, right?
And you see the kindness and, like, childlike grin. Yay! Yay!
All right, let's
You're like Santa.
let's get the door open, and they should fit right on the cables. And Bob's your uncle will be up on the top floor.
Let's go.
Perfect. So the two of you are easily able to pry the elevator door open. You snap the ascenders into place. You've got, like, little. Are these like little handheld ones that you can just, like, grab onto?
It's basically, it fits over the cable, it locks into place, and there's almost like a little mouse wheel for the ascension speed. So he passes the ascender over to KB, and it's like, now be very careful with the wheel. KB just shoots upward.
So you don't have a harness. You're just holding on to this little rocket-powered handle.
Reach to the top.
Yeah, so you feel that pull on your shoulder muscles as, like, you're jerked up as it pulls you up there, but you're able to hold on.
And moments later you can hear the ascender below you moving at not quite the same speed.
A much more reasonable sound and a much more reasonable speed.
It's less wee and more wee.
So as you get up, as you are ascending the elevator shaft, you get a little bit closer to the top. You see the busted open doors. You see halogen light. You see the light of fire and something burning. You see smoke in the like filling the shaft. You can stop at the top floor there.
Our mates have definitely been here.
You see the chaos of some of the bodies that are lying around. I think right at that moment probably is when our timelines catch up here, and you're seeing Skitch disappearing up the roof access door.
That way. Let's go.
All right. Following you. Take the lead, KB.
back in the elevator, what was Thud doing?
So Thud like slammed into the back wall as the elevator started running, and she turns and looks at the people in here. Just goes, "Okay, before we get started, does anyone want to get out?"
The two green guards with the holographic face now displayed on their helmets look at you, look to each other, look back at you, and shake their heads no.
Okay, and I reach for their heads and I start thudding. Trying to clap their two noggins together.
All right, so what we see here is just, an epic elevator fight scene of Thud fighting these two guards in close quarters. Nikki on the chair is like kind of rolling back and forth between all of you at one point. Thud shoves her into one of the guards to kind of knock them over a little bit. The guards try to grab the chair and roll it away to like give them a little bit of more space to get back.
Is it a rolly desk chair?
Oh, it is absolutely a rolly desk chair.
I think there's at one point like the two of them actually grab onto Thud and like try and pick her up, but she's bigger than they are. So she actually does the like puts her feet up on the chair and kicks away, sending Nikki bouncing off the other wall and sending the two of them back into the wall, like body slamming them in reverse. Then she turns and grabs one of their heads and like slams it into the button panel and just goes hitting every button on the panel all the way to down, and then slams it into her knee, and you hear like the crack of the plasteel helmet shatter.
Yep.
And then we hear a ding as the door opens.
Ding. So we hear a ding as the door opens. What you see on the roof, like the door dings, you're like smashing this guy's head on your knee, dropping the body. You turn as the door opens, and you're taken aback for a second. You see two things on the roof. One, you see a very large helicopter spinning and waiting in standby. Two, you see a real big rover. This is like a big hulking humanoid figure. The arms seem a little bit elongated and extended. It's got those like backwards jointed legs.
I'm pressing the closed door button, by the way, while this is happening. Just repeatedly. I know it's not, but I'm doing it anyway. There's just this.
The camera cuts to like the inside where you're just like close. Back to your point of view.
Yep.
It's got those like backwards jointed kind of animalistic legs, big hulking torso. It's kind of hunched forward a little bit. These elongated but very like thick, cabley, muscular arms. Think like very like big silverback gorilla kind of pose, like, hunched over, one arm up, one arm braced on the ground in a 3-point stance.
Superhero landing,
but just waiting. The thing is painted all over, kind of like a dirty blonde, like a tawny yellow. You see that it's got an elongated kind of canine face. You see that strapped to the top of its head unit is like some sort of bladed, horned accessory that has been strapped to it with like bungee cord cables. And spray painted across its chest is Max.
On the Qualcomm, There's a really, really, really big rover up here named Max.
And as you see that, I think the door bursts open for everybody else to join the roof, and the rover kind of stands up and like boom boom thuds both of us its giant fists on the ground, like that typical very aggressive animal challenge for combat. And it is going to rush towards the elevator.
Okay, I think what happened. So can you give me the kind of a quick layout of the roof? Is the elevator like kind of set against one edge and it like stretches out forward and to the left and the right? Is that kind of how I'm picturing it?
So, big open roof.
Mm-hmm.
The elevator came up kind of in the middle of it.
Okay.
And there are a bunch of there's a bunch of stuff on the roof, like the top
Roof
of
stuff.
Roof stuff. Yeah, very scientific roof stuff. The tops of exhaust vents, like electrical boxes, all that stuff that's on a roof when you're having a roof fight scene. But you're not at the edge of it. You're right in the middle of the roof.
That's fine. That's fine. Caleb, breathe. Stop coughing. Take a drink of water. Take a drink of water.
I should have brought some water down today. I don't know what I was thinking.
You know, this is a great time. Everybody in the channel, this is probably a good time to take a drink of water.
Take a drink, take your meds, have a snack.
Yeah, because what's going to happen right now is Thud kind of sees this thing do its little like alpha pose thing, shakes her head, grabs Nikki and like pushes her out of the elevator in front of her, and then slides her to the left, like sliding her over towards where everybody else is coming up from the stairs, and she just kind of starts wheeling and spinning over in that direction. And Thud mirrors the big Rav and just thuds the ground twice and charges it. Doing the mano y mano thing.
All right. So I want to do like an opposed check for like a grapple to see who wins here.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to be me, but let's see.
Yeah. Why don't you give me a check? See what happens.
That is a 15.
All right, so Thud runs forward, and you clash with this monstrosity. It immediately like wraps its arms around your torso, pins your arms to your chest, and like stops and reverses its momentum into like a big superplex. Over suplex, that's the word. So it like runs into you, runs forward, and picks you up and just suplexes you backwards onto the roof.
At this, Scritch will run out, but just like run like parallel to the kind of thing. And then, you know, usually Scritch's voice is Scritch will stop, kneel down, and like put a hand to his ear and goes, "Ah, you see, in their natural habitat, 2 silverback gorillas will fight for supremacy."
That happens, absolutely.
Wait, was that your English accent? Was that you trying to do British?
Yeah.
Wasn't quite bad.
Oh,
Scritch has been watching a lot of documentaries. That's kind of fun.
I like the birds.
Never change, Scritch. Never change.
Did the rover let go after the suplex?
Yes.
Okay. I think Thud then like rolls awkwardly and slightly waverly to her feet and goes, "I'm bleeding. That makes me the victor." Thump, thump, and points at it. "Come on, fucker, let's go." That's our one swear for the night. Thank you, Twitch.
Pretty sure I got some other ones in there.
Yeah, no, there's been a few of those.
There's been a few of those.
My
From
first
the-
intentional, you know.
From the movie
Gotcha,
standpoint, I
gotcha.
think that's the one we can get away with before we have to jump up to an R rating. All right. So with everyone
That's
else
our gimme.
That's our gimme. With everyone else coming into this scene and watching this combat kick off, what are we going to do?
KB is going to pull out her dual SMGs, Donner and Blitzen, and just start firing on the Rov.
Okay.
She's going to drop her really, really big bag down and run at it.
Cool. Very good. Is your intention here just to try to do some damage to it, force it back, set up a distraction move? Like, what are you trying to do?
Kind of do damage, but also like, hey, follow me, bitch. Look at me.
Gotcha. So why don't you give me actually like a tactical check?
$16?
Cool. Yeah. All right. So, what you see here is as you're firing and running towards the Rav and kind of angling off to the side of it, trying like to pull it away a little bit. You see it raise one of its arms to kind of, in that classic movie, like block some of the bullets while still seeing what's happening. And it starts to take a couple steps towards you in the direction you're going. But then you see it like pause and look over towards the helicopter and then look back over towards where Nikki was still kind of strapped to that chair, but shoved over, tipped over on its side, and starts to stalk over towards Nikki to do something.
Nope. And starts throwing grenades at it.
Also in the direction of Nikki, though?
No, in front of it before it gets
Okay.
before it gets to it.
All right. So while you're doing that, Ethan, what are you doing while KB is doing all that shenanigans?
Again, KB's more of the assault person. I am much more of the sneak in behind and free the person we're trying to free person.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Ethan's going to try to find a way around the roof to Nikki.
Okay.
I'd probably do a stealth check.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was going to say.
Squeeze my way, trying to using parts of the roof as cover.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the big grunty battle fight, the grunty squeeze and pull, and use that as cover.
Yeah, absolutely. So the manual door for the roof access was set aside a little bit from that central point where the elevator shaft came out amidst all the roof stuff. So you are able to kind of make that wide sweep around. So go ahead and give me a stealth check.
All right. Let's see. No, stay on the table. Stay on the table.
The curse of all streaming performers.
Let's see. 17. It'd be 24.
Perfect. So
24.
you are able to make your way around. You feel very confident in your skills, especially with.
Again, he's hopping, like he'll like twist behind something, like do like a 2 count, and then like twist around and kind of move across to another piece of cover. And again, he's just hopping from cover to cover piece,
right,
in the midst of all the chaos, trying to get to Nikki.
And while that is happening, we have got the fight kicking off between Thud and the Rover. We've got KB shooting things and throwing grenades. So there's a lot going on to give you a little bit of extra distraction. So you feel very confident that you are able to safely kind of wrap around and get over towards where Nikki was left for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Scritch, what are you doing?
How open is this helicopter? Is it like one of those ones that, like you said, it's big, and obviously the Rov got there in it. So like, but is Is it one of those ones where it has like a door going into the cockpit from the like cargo area where everybody was hitting and stuff like that?
So
or kind of open from the cargo area?
So think like big military style transport.
Mm-hmm.
The main body, there are big open sliding bay doors.
Yep. From that area, is the cockpit exposed to people?
So there would be an access door from that area into the cockpit. I don't think that Scritch could maybe see that directly from where he is at the moment, but logic dictates that it would be there. Yes.
Yeah, he's going for the helicopter then.
Cool. All right. So, are you going over to try to destroy it, or jump into it, or
he jumps into the helicopter.
Okay.
Is that door open?
No, that door is closed now that you're over there.
Okay. We're going to get it open though somehow.
Free helicopter.
All right. So you go over to grab the door, and it is
I know what you're laughing about.
Michael said something in our show chat that I made the mistake of reading while I was trying to say words. Audience understanding the joke. There you go. That is not what I said. But you gave yourself a facepalm for that one. Put that on the counter. So yeah, you get over. Scritch gets over, and the door is locked. It's like one of those sliding doors.
Mm-hmm.
So you are like you thought it would be open, so you're like, and you're trying to like force it real quick.
Yeah.
Right about at that time is when the explosions are all, the grenades are all exploding around the rover. Thud, what are you doing amidst this hot combat chaos?
How do you know that's my new stream?
I helped you set it up.
Oh, that's right. Sorry about that.
Hot combat chaos.
Coming 2025. So yeah, what is Thud doing?
Coming whenever you are.
Frequently.
Welcome to Identico after Horny on Main.
The holiday edition.
Somebody do something. We're losing
your
everybody.
turn.
I asked
turn.
I asked you what your character was doing.
While my jingle balls are ringing, horny
I'm sorry.
holidays to you.
I was distracted by your logic dictates.
Is this going to bring in any more donations and money? Is this what we have to do to bring it in? Can we see a spike in increase right here?
I would love that.
Wait, you want to see a
You
spike?
see a spike?
I'm just setting it up for y'all.
So it's my turn, right? That's what you're waiting on. You're blaming me. Okay, cool.
Looking for
So
one of
yeah,
those logic tastes.
I'm apparently it tastes pretty good. So I'm gonna do Thud is running at the thing, like gonna do the normal charge, but this time like doing the arms up thing, like gonna go exact same maneuver, except this time hits the ground and tries to do a slide going for the knees.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Yeah. I feel like Thud probably has some sort of unarmed combat for that type.
It's all they do is unarmed combat.
Okay, yeah. So give me an attack roll for that.
I'm going to use my talent that allows me to reroll that nat 1 once per game session.
That's a great time to use that ability. What a wonderful talent to have.
Yep. The 13's 16.
Okay. So you are able to narrowly slip under its grasp, like you hair's breadth away. You feel it kind of snag your collar, but your momentum, and you twist your body a little bit, so you get right past its grasp. Are you trying to like connect with your boot into its knee? Okay.
Yeah, and try and like hopefully it's a weaker joint or something like that, or the armor's thinner there.
Yes.
Maybe it's a 2-meter exhaust port that I have to try and hit, something like that.
Yeah, so you're able to connect with your boot. You're able to hit it, not to the extent that you're doing a mass amount of damage and shattering the joint, but you know enough about dealing with this type of mechanical construct to knock it off balance.
Yep, that's perfect.
And you see it kind of falter and stumble a little bit, and you can tell that it's going to take a minute to reset itself for whatever it's going to do next.
Trying to give my team openings.
While that is going on, Ethan, you are able to make your way all the way around, and you have gotten to Nikki. She appears to be unconscious. Still strapped to the chair that has been pitched over on its side, so she's kind of laying on her shoulder.
Okay, Ethan's going to use his other hand, which is his the medical hand. And do I have stims? I do have a stim. Ethan's going to try and give her a stim through the hypo in his middle finger. So Ethan does this.
Gives her the finger.
Ethan does this and gives his finger a twist, and a small hypo pops out of the end of the finger, and he.
I feel like the doctor gave you that addition for free because it was so funny. Yeah, so you are able to do that, and she snaps awake from the injection, taking that big gasp as she comes back into consciousness.
Take a breath. You'll be right in a minute. Just we are dealing with Max over there, and just take a breath. Just give it a second. You're fine. You're fine, Mum. You're fine.
So you can feel her breathing rapidly. You can feel the tension in her body as she is kind of moving around rapidly, looking around, trying to she goes to move, but then the bonds hold her down, so she kind of overreacts to that. She's kind of snapping all around.
Right. Let me. I'll take care of that. Give me just a minute. And the other hand goes into spiderweb mode, lockpick mode.
Yep.
Spiderweb.
The fib skin face is not giving you her actual facial response, but you can just tell as a professional that she's panicked and trying to look around and figure it all out. While that is happening, Ethan, what is Ethan doing?
That is what Ethan is doing.
You mean KB?
Oh, that's what I meant to say. Sorry, I'm confused.
Hi, confused. We're playing Mary Heistmas.
KB at this point realizes he has an opening, puts the dualies away, pulls out her compound bow, and starts firing off arrows in some of the joint pieces and stuff like that.
Cool. What kind of arrows are you firing off?
Explosive tips, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. So why don't you give me just give me a regular attack roll here to kind of dictate how successful we were over time as these are connecting.
More dictates.
17.
So with it's pretty hard to miss Max is what we're saying here, especially with Thud having distracted it and sort of disabled it for a moment. So these arrows connect, exploding. Little chunks of the armor plating start flying off. You are able, and you see it start to kind of, like the momentum and the impact starts to push it backwards a little bit. It's getting a smidge further away from Thud. They were kind of fighting in the middle of that roof there, and it's pushing it back from her away towards the edge of the roof.
and she's going to keep running while she's doing it to make herself go back towards the bag that she dropped. It's a big bag.
Okay. While that is happening, Scritch, what are you doing?
Realizing that he's not going to be able to just smack the lock in there, he's going to reach over and close one of the cargo doors. And then look, is this the same kind of like robot people that are flying this thing, kind of like the
cockpit windows are tinted, but you definitely see two humanoid shapes in there, and it looks pretty similar.
Okay. He's going to use a little piece of tinsel and hang the last red light on the door leading into the cockpit, and then click the little light.
Bow.
Yeah, tie it in a little bow and everything like that.
Left it with care.
And he's just gonna scream Heistmas! And then shuts the other cargo door as he's hopping out of the helicopter, and then doesn't look at the explosion because cool guys don't look at the explosion.
Cool guys.
It's slow-mo.
Yeah, and he's gonna start walking back towards this giant robot thing, considering his life choices at that moment of what else he can do.
And as Scritch has done that, Thud, you kind of threw this rover for a little bit of a loop, and then there was a nice follow-up from KB, so she has pushed it further away from you, so you have a second to kind of grab a breath, regroup yourself, and what are you going to do next?
I think Thud gets to her knees and then does that sprinter pose, almost like a footballer, lining up on a football field, and just charges this thing as it's kind of being staggered back and back with each arrow shot. Okay. And just full on runs and tackles it. I'm going to try and yeet us both over the edge.
Cool. Very good. Why don't you give me a strength check?
I'm looking for an appropriate die here.
Well, you know what? You can make that check with your your
find an inappropriate die.
No, I'm going to use my G.I. Joe die, D20.
Ooh.
Because knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. Knowledge is half.
Well, knowing is half the battle.
That is a 21.
Nice. So yeah, with the combined momentum of your lined up attack, the Rav being off balance, and the explosive impacts from the arrows, you are able to push this thing backwards, shift its center of balance, and let gravity do the rest. And I think right at that same time, the backdrop of that is the helicopter exploding.
Yeah. And it's there's a football rush. She comes in low, hits it low on the body, charges it, pushes it, and as it impacts the edge of the roof, she lifts up with both legs and throws them both over the edge. So that's the last thing you see is Thud and the rover going over the edge.
What the fuck?
Merry Heistmas!
Ow!
Thud will be fine. Thud will be fine. She's dummy thick.
Ethan, you have cut Nikki free. She is sitting up. She's breathing a little bit better now. As soon as she sits up, she winces and she clutches her ribs. She's trying to get her feet under her, trying to stand up. Whew, what was that? What is going on? They came out of nowhere.
We're not quite sure. The big Rav was called Max. It appears to have taken Thud off the roof, or Thud took it off the roof. Either way, the Rav is no longer an issue. We got most of the cargo. There's still some downstairs, but the building is on lockdown. We never really did ID these folks, but they are wearing, verdant green.
Oh man.
The sled's name is Max. I feel like this is connecting to some kind of old Christmas story, right?
I guess we'll have to try to figure this one out. Oh man. All right. Yeah, let's try to get out of here. You said most of the stuff was in the truck. Ow! Like she winces as she takes a breath and is trying to talk a little bit.
Yeah, certainly. We got more than half the vault was transferred. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's she looks over towards the elevator, which is like completely smashed and burning. All of you on the roof feel like the thud and the impact and the
thud.
Of thud. Yeah. The heat wave
No relation.
of the helicopter imploding as the grenade ignites and flares into it. The pilot takes off for a quick second because they didn't really know what was going on, and then the whole thing just poof, and crashes back into the roof. So there's like a tremor and a shake, and so she's kind of looking between both of those events happening and motions towards the stairs with her head.
Right, this is regular Heistmas, right? I mean, it's Merry Heistmas. Merry Heistmas, Nikki.
As you walk over towards the stairs, you're getting not to the edge of the roof, but you can see over the edge.
I feel like he's got his arm kind of under hers, helping prop her up as we're walking.
Yeah. You see down at ground level, since you're kind of at your vantage point, able to see the ground from where you are. You see your truck still at the loading dock. You see that other truck. You see from your angle, you see two of those green soldiers in the driver's seat, in the cab, and you see it pull away and burn rubber as it gets out of there.
Maybe could we say that one of those trucks has been decommissioned by a falling Rav?
As much as I enjoy that, I feel I feel like for future Heistmases,
I think our truck got decommissioned by a falling Rav.
No, because then we fail the Heistmas. So
we can always rent a truck,
Yeah, but if the Rav fell on the truck, it's likely good that all the goods were smashed too.
No, we didn't get them in the truck. They're still on the loading dock. Remember?
Some of them were in the truck. Some of them were in the
never
truck.
mind.
Some were still on the loading dock.
Sorry.
So yeah, the other truck. Yeah, you're underneath.
No, you're down there.
You're definitely down there. You're just underneath, or you're on top of a smashed up robot. Yeah, the other truck, the one that KB saw when all this was kicking off, and Scritch saw, that one peels out and it drives away into the night. And Ethan and KB, you are able to limp down the stairs and get to your truck. That has some of the stuff in it, and get in there with Nikki and head out.
I feel like we wouldn't necessarily try to leave Thud behind, but how quick of a hurry are we in to get out of here?
Well, a lot of the building is now
read the cast chat.
A lot of the building is now on fire, especially with the helicopter burning, and with you two and Scritch and a beat to hell Nikki. I think you might want to head to a safe house to find the street dock.
I feel like Ethan hops on the Quan is like, Thud, are you with us?
There's no answer.
She knows where to go. She knows where the safe house is.
I don't like leaving her behind, but we've got to go. So, all right, who's for a point?
Me. It just drives off.
So the three of you with Nikki drive off. The burning building behind you, silhouetted in the night, reflecting off the snow.
Does it, like, in that moment, does like the helicopter like sink into the roof of the building, and then like you
Yes.
start to see the slow.
Yes, coming down like one floor at a time as the thermite fire is burning hotter and hotter. But I think as the truck speeds away, maybe the Merry Heistmas credits start to roll, and then the camera kicks back on in the wreckage of the building. And what do we see?
There's a close-up of Thud's face with her eyes closed, and then she just got like starts awake, and she looks around confusedly, and then the camera shifts and you see snow falling, just snow gently falling from the sky.
It's like ash.
The death glare, future podcast listeners. The death glare that is happening right now. Go watch the video. It's amazing.
Wait, did I really? Kaylee, I'm sorry. Did I
Oh, you're gonna pay for this later.
no, please finish.
Please,
finish what you were
would you
saying.
please Indian burn your own left arm right now, sir?
Not my left arm. Can I do the right arm instead?
No. There, you see snow falling down, and the camera pulls back, and you see Thud laying on like barely hanging on like window washing rig on the side of the building, and just as like the helicopter crunches down onto the floor, you can see the fire through the window behind her, and it's very Heistmas-y, Christmassy type of holiday scene. And she's just like, well, fuck, how do I get down from here? And then we cut back to the credits.
All right, and that will end our Heistmas game tonight. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all future audiences for watching and listening. Thank you all of our audience members in the chat here tonight. Thank you for your donations and everything we put together for the Safe Rescue Team. As a reminder, we will be returning with Neon Trails on January 7th. Have a safe and happy holiday. In the meantime, enjoy whatever traditions you celebrate and spend time with the people you love and that care about you. It is time for So Longs. Let's hear from our lovely cast, who they are, where can they be found, what they can be doing, starting with Mallo.
You can find me everywhere at the Mallo Man, where we will have a lot more announcements and things like that for the year to come. As well as follow us along on the socials at IDENTECO and at Humanoid Games. And we'll be seeing you again here soon. Thank you for coming out tonight.
Kaylee.
Well, you can't find me here anymore, but you can still find me over on the Rick and Rasp podcast channel. Redemption Season 3 will be kicking on later, a couple months now, I believe. So probably late January, early February. We're working on some surprises there. So you can find us over there. You can also find me on the Tubular Teens with Michael will say it. I'm too tired to actually say the name of that podcast. The award-winning Tubular Teens with Titans. Did I get that right? Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, that was it.
Podcast. And other than that, I'm around on the interwebs at some point. But I'm not on that X place.
No. Alrighty, Michael.
Oops.
Michael.
Oh dear Lord.
Swear to me.
Okay, hey folks, you can find me. Oh man, you can find me on Smuggler's Blues on Rook and Rasp. You can find me here on occasion doing things with the IDENTECO crew. Maybe something else in the future. We'll see. You can also find me on Tubular Teens with Titans. I do play the character Pan Vahan, which is the team's mentor. Former villain turned team mentor. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm around. I do things. Not really on the socials, but if you're in Discords, you might find me.
It's like a treasure hunt.
Kinda.
Where's Michael?
Follow the treasure trail.
And Mav.
Hey there, it's Spirit Blackout on the internet here. You can find me here on Digital Clubhouse TV, here on the Twitter, Well, here on Twitch.
No.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa! Foul!
Twitch. Sorry. I got wrapped up in the Heistmas cheer on Twitch. I'm currently playing a lot of Marvel Rivals, Fortnite, and working my way through Dragon Age, the Veilguard. And we're going to be playing some more Marvel Rivals tomorrow here on Digital Clubhouse TV at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come through and watch me and my homies rage a little bit and have fun and serve.
Nice. And I am on your socials at TheCalebG. You can find me right here for all things Identico, here and there on Farm to Fable, and taking up a lot of space in the archives of the RPG Academy. Speaking of which, barring the collapse of society, Acadecon 2025 is confirmed for November 7th to 9th in Dayton, Ohio. More to come as we continue to work on that behind the scenes. That is it for today. Thank you for spending some hours with us this evening. Happy holidays. Merry Heistmas. We will see you. Wait. Producer Mallo is holding his finger up. I am intrigued.
It's a producer finger.
Producer finger. One thing I did not mention during my goodbye. The 2024 Audioverse Awards are open from now until December 21st. And I just a little tiny, podcast named Neon Trails is nominated for this year. As well as the City of the Crimson Tower. So, maybe go check that out. We're listed up on the page and stuff like that for it. So,
and for the sake of our listeners, what was the name of that again?
It is the Audioverse Awards. We are
the
in the
Audioverse Awards.
Yep, we are on the list of nominees for the existing programs. City of the Crimson Tower, I believe, is listed for the new programs since they just started this year. And then I think finalists get announced and things like that here soon. So yeah, go show us some love on both of those. It closes December 21st at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. So go check that out.
There you go. What a great last minute announcement. Get that in there, folks. Thank you so much in advance. We will see you in the cyber future for another cyber game. Good night. We love you. Take your meds, eat a snack, drink your water, touch some grass, take care of yourself. Stay safe. Remember, no one is free while others are oppressed, and we will see you next time.
Mwah.